This would be a big primetime stage to showcase that tonight. DePaul in red. It is the red out here at Wintrust Arena to pay their homage to the American Heart Association. Of course, they'll be in their reds with Villanova in their whites. First possession for the Blue Demons going left to right on your screen. We're glad you're with us here from Chicago. Three ball from the corner is short, near Siegrist, the rebound.
Nice box out by Siegrist on Morrow.
Burke with her first opportunity. The rebound ripped away by Dulce, Christina Dulce, the sophomore from Edison, New Jersey. And it's going to stay with Villanova. Get a look at Doug Bruno, head coach of the DePaul Blue Demons. 7+ seasons, 700 and it doesn't matter wins. Closing in on 800, at least on the sidelines here for DePaul. But he has had a wild ride this season for sure, up and down and all over the place. I think it's safe to say, Trish, that he has no idea which team's going to show up each and every night. The scoring icon, so to speak, in the game. Burke will load up from outside. And Maddie Burke, the junior from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. 42% three-point shooter, and it's a 3-2 lead for the Cats.
She likes that three-point area. A majority of her shots come from long range.
She had 3 the other night against Butler. And she keeps it going tonight. There's Jorie Allen inside.
Jorie Allen taking it right at Maddy Siegrist.
Jorie Allen is one of those stars where you're waiting for the next step. One skips out to Burke. Siegrist hasn't had too many touches yet. Leans in and out. And rebounds will be interesting tonight for Villanova. These two stars both in double figures when it comes to rebounding. And that three ball from the outside, Lucy Olsen from long range.
Villanova, a team that likes to look for those three-point shots. A lot of good shooters on this team.
Allen inside to Morrow, splits a double team and gets that to drop. That's just enough space for her to work with.
And when she gets that position that close to the basket, she has so many good weapons, can go in either direction. Super smooth down there with her footwork.
Brooke Mullen.
Oh, wow.
Inside, beautiful look. Burke with the finish. Morrow, that one's short. Good stretches, a lot of not so great.
She's kind of pushed the envelope at times. She's trying to expand her game as she gets older and closer to the next level.
Natural, yeah.
Yep.
Siegrist on the block, turns in, short, chases it down, gets it right back and up and in.
And that is something that both of these teams can allow for the star players. Can allow Aneesah Morrow to get second chances off of her own misses. Same thing for Maddy Siegrist.
Morrow blocked from behind by Burke. Blocked again and out of bounds. It hit the basket standard.
Those two have no stop, no quit when it comes to trying to get extra opportunities.
Trying to go right back into Morrow, but how will they defend her on the block and give that extra help? Morrow, backdoor cut. Nice look from Allen. Burke trying to curl around the cut. There's Olsen, holds on to it, waits. Siegrist setting that screen there right at the high block. Brooke Mullen will stop. Now they go inside. Dulce in the baseline gets right around Allen and a late foul call. Yeah, Denise Dillon has certainly put her stamp on the program after taking over for Harry Peretta after 40 years or so.
Yeah, you know what else is interesting about Denise Dillon is that going into that timeout, she came out to almost half court to meet Maddy Siegrist as she was coming off the floor and just had kind of an emphatic talk with her. Nothing bad, but just shows me that there's still teachable moments for even a player like Maddy Siegrist, who is leading the country in scoring. Still have conversations with your top players, and there are still things to learn. Maddy Siegrist right now, 1 of 5 in this game, just trying to talk up through ways about getting open, getting better shots off.
And the urgency picking up defensively for the Wildcats. They try and go inside. And here's that speed and back and forth we talked about. It's Anaya Peoples, another one of those DePaul players who is going to take that next step, even though she's just underneath 10 a game.
And DePaul needs that third player, that third strong scorer, and it could be Peoples, maybe Jorie Allen inside.
Olsen Dalsay had it off her leg.
Trying to get her open. I just saw Anaya Peoples, who was all over Maddy Siegrist, just get hammered with a mean screen. I mean, they mean business when they try to get Maddy Siegrist open.
Kind of buried the lead at the start of this. Siegrist played 40 minutes against Butler on Sunday. And we found out before tip here that she's been dealing with some flu-like symptoms the last couple of days. Hasn't really practiced full, so we didn't expect her to go full 40. We definitely don't expect her to go the full 35 or so at times.
I mean, she's often playing 38, sometimes 40 minutes a game.
She's the 48% free throw shooter of the year. I'll say the sophomore. She didn't start playing basketball until 7th grade.
Really good on the glass and an excellent shot blocker. And she is all over Aneesah Morrow right now, trying to put that size on Morrow, challenge her in that way.
Go inside Allen, the turnaround. Jorie Allen's good, off to a good start.
Those two, Jorie Allen and Aneesah Morrow, play off each other so well.
And we talk about the stars, but really the depth may make the difference. Who can get production out of that bench tonight? 8 on the shot clock. Oriole. Here's Burke, top of the key. She lets it go with ease and fouled by Darian Rogers.
She started her college career, Matt, with a bang at Penn State. She was the Big Ten's 6th player of the year as a freshman. Averaged about 26 minutes in the Big Ten as a freshman.
And it just didn't go the other, just went the wrong way her sophomore year, 14 minutes. And she's kind of one of those benefited from the COVID era where she said, you know what, this is not working. It's just too far away, 2.5 hours from home. I'm going to go back towards Philly and I'm going to go home and play at Villanova. And again, that's another situation where it's worked out well. And that's kind of the benefit of the era that we're in. Allen once again finding space inside.
She's doing a great job, Jorie Allen is, of being big, giving that big target, and her teammates are looking for her right now. And it's been a great kind of resource, complimentary resource for Aneesah Morrow, taking some pressure off of her.
Burke lost her shoe. She's going to play without it here. Final 40 seconds.
Check out the matchup. Maddy Siegrist going right at Aneesah Morrow.
She's got to go to the other end of the floor.
Two of the top scorers in the country.
That's 23 White. That's one shoe on, one shoe off. You finish the rest of that. What a crossover from Morrow to the rack.
And Morrow sneaking right by Maddy Siegrist. I love the two of them going at each other.
Officials are having a real good laugh. Doug Bruno wanted the game stopped because of the shoe, and they're like, I can't stop it.
How is she moving? I mean, I know she has the other sneaker to kind of plant, but man, she's not sliding around at all.
It's early enough in the game. Siegrist goes
Her
to the rim.
socks aren't too wet yet?
Yes. I think she has just enough traction. And that will be a final 45 seconds or so that she'll never forget. Maddie Burke, the junior, can play with shoes on or off. That's fine. Morrow in the lane. Officials came over to us, made very clear, they can't stop the game. If it's obstructing the floor, then yes. But as Doug Bruno wanted that stopped, no, that's not in the rules. So as soon as they cleared the floor with the shoe, Maddie threw it off to the side. Still got to get my 5-year-old to do that. Work in progress. I think that's the...
It'll come.
We'll get there, yeah.
A little bit of maybe pressure. This is, a marquee game for both of these teams. We talked about it in the open, how this could be a NCAA resume builder.
You and I are talking about it as we are right here.
Right.
And maybe there's that feeling of it for sure. And I think he's certainly trying to fire up a team that's lost 2 in a row at home and 3 of their last 4 and hasn't been anywhere but home since basically the early part of December.
But you know what, in the same token, Doug Bruno telling me that he never talks about the pressure of results with his team. No. He talks about the pressure of execution. Just wanting his players to play the best possible game that they can, and then the results will take care of themselves. And I like that mentality.
Siegrist in the lane there. Go to the corner with Rogers, trying to get into Morrow, a battle there. It's going to be offensive. Well, you're not doing it nearly as long as, say, a Doug Bruno without finding those moments where you're talking about execution as opposed to the results. And, Denise Dillon knows that just as well. From 17 seasons at Drexel, Coach of the Year 4 times in the Colonial before even coming to Villanova. And she's seen her fair share of the NCAA tournament as well. Back out. Here's Maeve McErlane. First time we've seen her. She hadn't played all season, had to battle a knee a bit, and played 29 minutes against Marquette a week ago.
Maddy Siegrist.
Those are the worst.
Score in a while.
Those are the worst. Someone win this thing.
Yes.
Rogers had it taken away. She was trying to get rid of it. She goes back inside now. Right to the rim. Not strong enough. And here comes Nova. Olsen speeding into the lane. Tried to get it to Dulce, but taken away. And there's Morrow all alone with the easy lay-in.
How about that heads-up play there by Darian Rogers?
And they'll gladly take it. This is where a player like Maddy Siegrist can shine, though. A lot of tired legs out there. Free ball from the right side, and that's Bella Runyan. We've played 4 consecutive minutes without a stop.
Wow.
Here's Burke, 3-on-1. Siegrist left alone. And Doug Bruno's going to put a stop to it by calling a timeout.
Well-respected leaders are coming off the bench, relatable to all the players on the team. There's a respect there with how you handle your business as a bench and a role player.
Runyan with 5 points in 11 minutes of action. And Paul with a badly needed basket. They've hit just 2 of their last 10 in that long stretch before timeout. We went 4 or 5 minutes without a whistle. Here's Peoples in a takeaway and a foul right behind her with Siegrist. Looks like she's going to pull her out for a little bit. And keep in mind, we talked about that, the flu-like symptoms as well. If you can find an excuse to give her rest, it might not be a bad idea. McErlane now inside. Morrow faces up from 17. Short. Kiki Rimmer in there battling right to the rim herself. We've done this with Aneesah Morrow throughout the season as well. So interesting to see what kind of half she has coming out of the break.
Dulce has been a thorn in the side for DePaul because she has been relentlessly attacking the rim, had to pay attention to, and when that happens.
A 48% free throw shooter, 5 of 6 from the line tonight. That's going to raise her average quite a bit. She's only been to the line 40 times throughout the season. They're trying to get into Morrow. They swing it around and reverse it. Instead, it's going to Rimmer on the left side, right to the rim. You know, you're going to pay so much attention to Morrow, somebody's going to benefit from it, and Rimmer has for 2 straight possessions.
And DePaul has been looking for that because in some games this season, Morrow has been such a focus, not only for the defense, but for the offense, that teammates sometimes stand around, and the Blue Demons have been looking for somebody else to step up.
Burke pops out, in and out. Just a touch strong. Linnea Peoples. Here's Peoples all the way to the rim and around and out, and she'll have free throws coming up.
But she has been a welcome addition to this team, has brought a lot of experience, the experience of being in a really storied program like Notre Dame. Some stability for this team that, as we talked earlier, Matt, has really suffered through a lot of key injuries. Lost 2 top guards, really at the very beginning of the season, one of them before the season even began, Kira Collier.
I think Doug Bruner was expecting her to be explosive, but thankful that she's been that solid rock defensively, and she's been on every best player we've seen throughout this season. As Dulce goes to the rim, finally hits one from the field. But Peoples, again, a McDonald's All-American, you would expect a certain level of offensive production. No, that's not been there, but there's certainly the fluidity that you see on both sides of the ball. There's Peoples going around Olsen. Leans in. Crafty veteran move. Mullen the rebound after chasing that down. The final 30 seconds of this first half. Villanova has seized control of this one, but Paul not going away. There's Kendall Holmes against Olsen. Shot clock about 7 seconds differential. That high screen. Olsen stops from 14. It's short. One more look for DePaul with 10. Peoples will look ahead. Just going to attack the rim. Spins around in the lane. That's short. One more at the horn. Rimmer had a look, but it will not fall, and we get to the break with our score. Villanova
It's on the bench. Uncharacteristic for her minutes because she plays
12 points and 7 rebounds as we enter half number 2. Villanova going left to right on your device, wherever you're watching us, across the country and around the world. Brooke Mullen from the outside right away.
But Villanova has played a lot of road games lately, and they are 7-0 on the road. So this is a very good road team, hoping to snatch one here at DePaul and keep that road win streak going.
One of the longest in the country, South Carolina, Stanford. You and I just watched Toledo's 10-game road winning streak, or 11-game road winning streak, which is the longest in the country. Maybe a little longer than that, actually, about 15. That got snapped. They blew a 15-point lead down the road in DeKalb against the Northern Illinois Huskies. So those road wins, and when you get them, you appreciate them.
Sure do.
Burke from the outside. She's launched a few, and she's hit a couple. Her second 3 of the evening. Allen tries to reach for it. Morrow tangled up in the lane, too. Morrow slow to get up, but she's okay. And they go right inside to Siegrist. And she finally gets one to drop. She is now 7 of 16 from the floor. But the lead continues to widen for Villanova. The 25th ranked Wildcats trying to do it again.
Constantly working on her game, constantly trying to get better. And when you do that and you have the skill set that she has, I mean, the results are through the roof.
Rookie of the Year in 2020, the season that never got to March. And then first team Big East in 2021, ranked 2nd in points, 3rd in rebounds all time for the Villanova list. And again, she's approaching 100 starts in her career. And, you know, as a 5th-year senior, you would imagine the urgency for her.
Just the numbers are just astounding. The number 2 scorer in the nation last year at 25 points per game. Number 1 this year. And she is on pace to, this season, surpass all records, scoring records at Villanova, both in the women's program and the men's program. Sometime this season, she will become the university's all-time leading scorer in basketball. That is outstanding.
Big-time names on that list for sure. And Siegrist leads in there for the bucket.
She is up for the Wooden Award, the Wade Trophy, the Naismith Award, all of them. All those awards. She is a leading candidate. I mean, just so many different categories.
Just remarkable. But, you know, one thing for her is that you had to build around that talent. And came over here and said, all right, you come with me. And that's been a nice second piece that's gone along with Siegrist. And you can see how well they fit together offensively. Here's Olsen. Right on cue. Leans in. I got fouled on that.
Lucy Olsen and Maddie Burke make up an outstanding triple threat for Villanova, along with Maddy Siegrist.
Rogers letting it go. Too strong. Rogers now 0-4 from long range. Morrow quadruple teamed.
Wow, look at that. I mean, just the concentration, the relentlessness of Aneesah Morrow to grab that basketball between 3-4 defenders and her strength. She is physically strong. When she gets the basketball, it doesn't matter how many people are on her.
Dulce right to the rim on the back cut.
A little tougher on her for her to get her numbers. And that is, I think, the exact same way that most teams approach Aneesah Morrow.
Rogers can't handle the inbound or the entry pass. Siegrist goes 1-on-3, right to it. Swooping right hand.
And I think Maddy Siegrist has made some tough shots here today. DePaul has been trying to make it tough for her. Same with Villanova on Aneesah Morrow. That's a tough shot.
Morrow takes that 3. 13-point lead for Villanova. Dulce right to the rim with a right hand. Again, Dulce started 0 of 6 from the floor, but was able to get the free throw line a couple times. Morrow, baseline, up and under, and that won't fall.
But Darian Rogers needs to get herself some higher percentage shots in the paint.
Meanwhile, for Villanova, some stars. Morrow's been having to do this all by herself, really, in the second half. Out to 13. Brooke Mullen crossing it over. An Oriole for three, knocks it in. Let's send it over to Casey Stanohar.
Matt, Coach Dillon said guard Brooke Mullen is the unsung hero on this Wildcat team. Mullen never gets frustrated if things aren't her way offensively and if shots aren't falling. She'll be the first to give someone else a shot without letting up on the defensive end.
And it really has been a frustrating season offensively. She's 1.5 points under her average from a year ago. But it doesn't matter when you have Maddy Siegrist doing that. Right to the rim against Siegrist all the way with the left hand. Doug Bruno would like to see more of that from her.
I was just going to say that Kendall Holmes has that capability of scoring big points. She's just got to take it upon herself to look for her shot more.
Inside Siegrist, the curl. Their offense has been really good today, getting right to the rim.
They do such a nice job of setting things up for Maddy Siegrist, too. They want her to get to the rim. They look for that.
Morrow had trouble handling it. And part of the DePaul ball, the theory is pressure defense, and they have not been able to give themselves opportunities to do that tonight. Lob it to Siegrist, and she can't get there.
Harder for Siegrist to do anything.
Lob inside, Morrow lets the defender go by.
Keep going to the well. It's working for DePaul.
There is time left, and if you can get that moving here, you can combine that with stops. And DePaul's not out of it yet. Villanova a little more work to do to put this away. Coming up in the final minute of this third quarter from the Windy City. There's Mullen. Runyan on the curl. Try and get into Siegrist. It's on the floor. Morrow picks it up.
DePaul doing an excellent job of playing in front of Maddy Siegrist, denying her the basketball.
Rimmer getting position in the left hand turnaround. You know, when you look at the preseason predictions, obviously UConn predicted to be the favorite. Just about everybody voted for them to win the league, all except one who voted for Villanova to win the league. And you can see that at times they've looked like a conference champion. These last 3 minutes or so, DePaul is starting to awaken defensively. Holmes, they go in, double team. Morrow slips through it, but you're going to say foul on the floor. Have the last shot if they choose. Yeah, the depth, and coaches have rallied around this league for that depth. It's not just UConn and everyone else. It's UConn with everyone else, and that's kind of that mentality that you can gather from all the coaches around the league. Rogers on the floor to the baseline, leans in, and gets the foul.
Putting herself in a position to take the last shot of the quarter, and if she could get some free throws going here even.
DePaul is going to end the quarter without committing a single foul. Got things back to 10.
Doug Bruno talking to us about how, you get these players, and of course I think players are more flexible in this era because of COVID, but, they're in a certain mentality, and DePaul spent a lot of time preparing for UConn.
They spent all that time, Friday around 4:30. They're ready to go, and then they found out that that's not going to happen.
So there's a little bit of a downer there, and they were feeling good about themselves and their preparations. They were excited to go and play UConn.
Yeah, for a team who's been up and down, when you're feeling good about how you've been, not all great, not all perfect, but she's had to work for it. And the only thing great is about the 10-point lead that Villanova has here. Try and go inside tomorrow. They have fed the beast inside. Turnaround jumper from 12.
How quickly can they get this lead whittled down?
Season low is 4. So, and that was against Cleveland State in a game that they had in hand and let it get away from them in overtime. And Jorie Allen commits the foul.
And they've been very efficient in the paint. And that's where they've made up the difference. But when you're trying not only for the points, but to then keep the paint more open.
Splits a pair, lead back to 9 here at Wintrust Arena. Rogers from the outside, still a goose egg from the outside. And Morrow can't finish it.
She tracks the ball. That shot tracks it so well.
For a big playing down low, getting that rebound, having to put it on the floor, you're anticipating contact, and then sometimes it doesn't come and it throws off your rhythm trying to go up.
You kind of overshoot it a little bit.
Seen that a couple of times tonight from Morrow. Rogers as well in the block. 5 in the shot clock for Mullen. Cross-court look. Runyan's got to go. Pump faking up. Did they get that off in time?
Wow.
They count it.
Beautiful move. Did you see that footwork?
Beautiful bucket. Morrow against Dulce. Allen gets it back and a foul that time. Did they get the shot off in time? I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Hard to say. Jorie Allen, 65% free throw shooter. Off the bench the first couple of games. Darian Rogers, 0 for 9 from the floor. And they haven't been able to stop some of the supporting cast of Maddy Siegrist as well. She's up to 24.
But DePaul is going to need some other players to help out Aneesah Morrow.
Peoples fouled on that shot. And they have focused a lot of their attention inside and really to no avail with Morrow with 26 points. And rolls that one in. Not late yet if you're a DePaul fan. And that clock can't tick fast enough if you're watching us in Philadelphia. Lob in, Siegrist. Hammered. One thing I always appreciate, too, is someone like Siegrist at the line, an 86% free throw shooter. She's coming into this one having made 100 free throws so far this season, and a career free throw shooter at 80% in her 5 seasons.
Yeah, and that factors into how you're going to defend a player like that.
Morrow will take it from the outside. Someone got a piece of it. They lob it in. Dulce, real good in the paint.
Wow.
Real good position.
Absolutely. Both of these teams doing a great job of setting up their post players for success.
Allen left alone, she'll take it, and she'll knock it down. So there you go. And you had to wonder, Allen been left open a couple times. Would she finally take it? You don't have to foul, but you certainly have to start getting in some passing lanes, trapping at times. Olsen with 8. Morrow went for the steal. Rotation, 3 open, missed it. Dulce tried to save the rebound. It will belong to DePaul. Lucky it wasn't a tie-up. They'd lose the arrow. DePaul has the arrow right now. You need to hang on to that as long as you can. Holmes for 3.
Oh.
And just like that, back to 5. Wouldn't you know it?
Yeah.
Coming up on 2 minutes.
Hitting them when they really need them, and they really need them.
Kendall Holmes' second basket of the game. Pressure and a timeout. And Mullen on the inbound with 15 on the shot clock. Maddie Burke on the floor with Siegrist, Dulce, and Lucy Olsen. Here's Siegrist against Peoples, and a foul on the floor puts more time in the clock. Olsen being guarded by Morrow on the switch. Siegrist couldn't hang on to it, just at an awkward angle.
I mean, very uncharacteristic.
They don't do that.
They don't. Second best in the nation at taking care of the basketball.
That's been DePaul's half-court defense. Has been pretty good at times. They're going to say, and they're going to say there was a deflection, and I think they're going to award the ball to Villanova, but now they're going to review it. They did not overturn it. No explanation given to us, so we'll just go with that. Pressure and screens on the inbound. Olsen will get across midcourt. Villanova in the penalty now, so the next foul would put him at the line. DePaul needs a stop. They don't have to foul, but you absolutely have to get a stop if you're the Blue Demons. And a chance for Nova to put this away right now. Siegrist, watch the roll. Olsen will go right to the rim. The floater rolls off. Siegrist, the putback, and a foul.
DePaul had that rebound secured and just bobbled it away.
And this one, a big one to put it a 3-possession game. DePaul's had some guard ball handling issues all year long. Who's your point guard? They still are trying to look for it, so to speak. Final minute now. Morrow from 17. Rattles it in.
That's a gutsy shot.
Brooke Mullen will inbound. She can move, so the pressure will come into Olsen. Gets away from it. They've got a foul now, you would presume. If they can get a trap, they don't have to. You don't want to foul her. Good possession from Villanova, and now they got to play it straight. 5-point lead. Siegrist now. Under 5, turns, fires, and got it. Maddy Siegrist, the All-American, trying to put it away on the road again.
With a hand in the face from Aneesah Peoples. That was defended well.
Inside, Allen blocked, but a foul. She's moved into the top 4 in Big East scoring as of tonight. All sorts of accolades over and over and over again. Maddy Siegrist now with 30, as we mentioned. That is the 25th time in her career she's gotten across the 30 mark, and her 8th time this season.
She's had 3 40-point games in her career. Already 2,300 career points.
Just remarkable. She's going to add to it right here. We talked to Doug Bruno, who said, you know, hey, if she's in the 25 to 30 range, or maybe the 20 to 25 range, you know, okay, that's a job well done. You just don't want her to be in the 35 to 40 range.
Yep.
She's dancing on that doorstep with 16 seconds to go, hitting them both. Now with 32 and 12 on the night. Got to go quick. Rogers. 8 seconds in the lane, missed it. Loose, blocked again. Runyan comes out with it, and that will do it. Villanova continues to be the road warriors of the Big East. 10th straight road win, and the first time that the road team has won in this series since 2019. A pivotal win for the 25th ranked Wildcats, who get a 7-point victory here at DePaul.